So this video is the second part of class notes for square root review. And the first one was on just a general introduction and on simplifying square roots, and the second one is on multiplying square roots. And as an example, let's say we want to multiply 3 square root of 10 times 5 square root of 6. So the rules here are pretty straightforward. The rule is you multiply the number by the number. You call this the coefficient if you want to, but it doesn't necessarily matter. It's the number outside of the root. So you multiply the number times the number. And you multiply the root by the root. So in this case, that would be 15 square root of 60. And then the second step is you just need to simplify the root. You can't always simplify the root, but if you can, you want to. Let's see, square root of, it's not 16, sorry, 10 times 6 is 60. So it's 15 square root of 60. Now how do we simplify square roots? We find two numbers that multiply to 60, but one of them needs to be a perfect square. Let's see, 9 doesn't go into it. 4, I think, I might use a calculator to make sure. In fact, it does. It's 4 and 15. So your final answer is 15 times 2 root 15, or 30 root 15. And that's all there is to it. When you're multiplying square roots, you multiply the number times the number and the root by the root. Let's look at another example. I'm going to leave the rules right here. Let's look at an example. Let's look at minus 10 square root of 12 times 5 square root of, let's say, 6 again. Now at this point you can do, it doesn't necessarily matter. If you notice square root of 12, you can simplify. So if you simplify it first or multiply first, it's kind of up to you. When the numbers get very, very large, it's easier to simplify it first. I'm not going to do it this way to show you that it doesn't matter. I'm going to get number times number, so that's square root of minus 50. And then root times root, so that's the square root of 72. And then 72, let's see, does 4 go into 72? 4, I think it's 4 and 18, or actually 9 goes into it. Let's do 9 and 8. So you have 9 and 8, so that becomes a 3. So that's minus 50 times 3 root 8, or minus 150 root 8. Look at our steps. Multiply number times number, so that's minus 10 times 5, and then 12 times 6, root 72. Now I want to simplify the root. I'm still not done because square root of 8 is actually 4 and 2. So that's square root of 4 and square root of 2. So that's 2, so that's minus 300 root 2. And that's my final answer. And that's how you simplify square roots.